Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope you are doing well. We're going late, so I don't know if our usual audience will be here, but I figured I'd testing. I figured I would test out the evening audience to see who actually shows up for the nighttime feed. Today, we are talking about the number one fat loss mistake you are likely making and how you can immediately improve this to expedite your fat loss. Unfortunately, this is common. Most people do this. They revert to this first. They think that this will actually speed up their fat loss when in fact it slows it down. So I wanted to really share this with you. I had a few great consultations today. And as we often do, I stumbled upon this topic more than one time. And it's been a while since I've spoken about this with you guys. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Those listening live, thank you for the live audience. You know, it's really nice to know that you're out there. If you're listening on the replay, that's awesome. Also, subscribe to the channel and click that little notification bell so you do know when we go live, because I'm going to answer questions here also. And bang, if this information is useful, I know it will be, give this video a thumbs up. So, when we want to lose fat, what do we typically start doing? Do we cut out all of our carbohydrates? Some do. Do we start exercising more often? Some do. Do we drop the total amount of calories we're normally eating? Some do. This is the problem. Let me explain it to you. The number one mistake most people make when they want to lose fat is they cut too many calories too soon. They create this massive caloric deficit and then they increase caloric expenditure. I recently did a video on this. What we suggest is not reducing calories, in fact, increasing calories as you enter into a fat loss or recomposition phase. What we want to do is we want to give the body all the vital nutrients it needs to replicate lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue. The more muscle we have, the harder we can train. The harder we can train, the more muscle we build. The more muscle we have, the more calories we actually burn while at rest. The more muscle we have, the lower our total body fat percentage will be. Now, think about this. If you are 200 pounds and you gain 20 pounds of lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, you have dramatically dropped your total body fat percentage, even though you have not lost a single ounce of body fat. Now, conversely, if you weigh 200 pounds and you lose 20 pounds of body fat, you have actually created the exact same total body fat percentage as if you had gained 20 pounds of lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue. Now, I ask you, what would look better? You at 220 pounds at 10% body fat, or you at 180 pounds at 10% body fat? Well, heck, man, give me that extra 20 pounds of lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue with the same total body fat percentage. This is what we're striving for, and this is what most people miss. When they think about fat loss, they immediately jump to weight loss. Unfortunately, by restricting our calories too soon, we usually see a drop in both lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, non-functional body fat, and also water weight. If we drop our calories too soon, too fast, too low, we lose a disproportionate amount of lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue, and we preferentially will store a higher amount of body fat, or we will not lose a maximum amount of body fat, simply because we've created a caloric deficit too soon, too stringent. The body will react negatively. Now, we have to work with the body. We cannot biohack the body. I do not believe in that. I really don't like that term, because that infers some sort of mastery over physiology and biochemistry, psychology even. That's not true. What we look to do and what we found to be best is we simply create an environment that encourages the body to do what it normally would do. We facilitate these adaptations by creating the proper environment for the body to hold on to and add lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue while releasing stored body fat. So, what my takeaway for you right now, I'm going to answer some questions here. I wanted this to be a quick video, is do not drop calories out of the gate. When you enter into a fat loss phase, think about adding more calories for the first few weeks. Typically, if you're working with our team, the first 4 weeks we call the health and habit phase, in which we will actually increase total calories consumed. We will look to add calories that are nutrient dense, so we have a higher net nutrient intake per total calorie consumed, thereby ensuring proper cellular function and activity. This is mandatory. Once again, we're working with the body. We're not trying to hack the body or trick the body, because that doesn't work. And any short-term gains or progress you see will be immediately wiped away, and you will see that scale swing over to the negative side, where we lose muscle tissue and we store body fat. I hope this is helpful. Please answer or ask any questions here in this live feed. I'm happy to answer any of these on this exact topic. Now, Mr. Russ, what's up, Russ? How you doing, my man? Good to see you. 50 pounds down. Mr. Russell Harding is my friends. Rin, hey, coach, good to see you. Paul K, consistency. I mean, consistency is key, right? Consistency is the most important thing. We say swing that axe. The swing the axe t-shirts will be out soon. We're going to do a limited run once again. So let me know. We'll actually put them up on our shop here pretty quick. So keep checking DolceDietShop.com if you're interested. The swing the axe t-shirts will be coming soon. The hoodies, similar to these, but upgraded. This hoodie, honestly, it might be 8 years old or so, 6, 8 years, youngest, probably 8 years. I mean, I'm missing the white string and all the good stuff. These really hold up well. Rindy, big fan from Morocco. Oh, right on. Great to see. I would love to get out there to Morocco. So, Rin, let's stay in touch, my friend. Hopefully you can show me around. Ooh, show me the best places to get coffee in Morocco, my friend. Rebecca, what's up, Rebecca? Heading down to Australia here soon once these travel bans are lifted, Rebecca. So hopefully we can meet up down there one of these days, get a good workout session in. And I know you can show me the best farm-to-table places to eat out there. Good to see you, Rebecca. Kyle Brown, does creatine put on water weight? And can you take creatine during 3 weeks of shredded and living lean? Yes, it does put on water weight, which is great. 3 weeks to shredded is awesome. Well, 3 weeks of shredded is awesome, but creatine is awesome. Creatine on 3 weeks of shredded is amazing, unless you have to step on the scale for an official weigh-in. If you are a weight class oriented athlete, we would stop creatine no less than 10 days before scale day, weigh-in day. Now, if you are a model, if you are an actor, if you're looking to just be smoking hot on your wedding day, spring break, getting naked at the pool party, whatever that is, creatine is ideal. Because yes, you do hold water, but you hold water inside the muscle cell, not the subcutaneous layer. What does that mean? That means creatine, with a proper diet and training program, will attract more water into the muscle cell itself, allowing the muscle cells to swell. This gives you that really round, full, striated, grainy look. Amazing. A lot of the females that we work with, the bikini competitors, the actresses and such, those who really want to kind of fill out that skin tight dress, we suggest they take creatine. That gives the muscles that really nice, like 3D roundness. Guys, of course, it works great also. We've seen a massive uptick on a lot of the ladies it works well with, for those of you who care about that. Now, if you're stepping on the scale, though, for a competition, we would drop creatine at least 10 days out, for some upwards of 15 to 21 days out. What else we got? Justin, is it healthy to eat carrots if you're craving food before bed? Yeah, I love carrots. Enjoy. Carrots dipped in Greek yogurt is amazing. Amazing. Rude Tube, life-changing info. I appreciate that. We really try our best here to help you guys. Mondo says, second day in, and I'm so excited to see what my results would be. I want the hoodie. Hoodie's coming soon. We will have those listed on the site once the order is confirmed and we have an exact shipping date. It's already been sent to the printer. We're trying to rush it. They're crushed here at the end of the year. They're understaffed, but we're trying to push this out. You know, I don't know if we'll have delivery by Christmas, but pretty dang close to it is the goal right now. Mondo is following the online 3 weeks to shredded and living lean program. I think Mondo, that's at thedolcediet.com. If anyone wants a personalized program, check that out. Sun City, can you do lists every day, Uncle Mike? Yes, you can. I've been doing the 30 to 45 minutes, like you said. And how do you look? How do you feel? Humans were made to walk, my friends. We humans are very good at low intensity exercise. We can walk really far, really slow. That's actually how we were designed, and our energy systems are designed to work optimally. Russ says, Coach, did you get a chance to check out the cookies I baked from the website and cookbook? Tags you. No, bro, I didn't see that, Russ. I didn't see that. I will check that out later on this evening. Rodrigo says, hola, Coach. Hola, Rodrigo. My friend, good to see you. Sean Lee Nevin says, new setup looks awesome. Thank you. Oh, this is just a little sneak peek. We got more stuff. This is going to be filled with beautiful, sweaty bodies here soon. I still got to get some of these power racks out of here. We got more racks than we actually need. So trying to get rid of some of these power racks, break them down. We still got we have other equipment in here. I don't need this much equipment anymore. I've collected a lot of equipment throughout my career. And this facility has been great for all this equipment, but it's been more like a showroom. And I really want it to be functional. So again, we've changed a lot of things around. I mean, I can train a full college team in here for sure. And I've done damn near close to that, but we don't need it anymore. We need this open floor space. So lots of good things coming here for you guys. And also those of you who are members on our Patreon channel, check out the Patreon channel. Check it out. If you don't like it, just discontinue it. No worries, no problem. I just dropped a video on the Patreon channel right now called Fitness Frauds Exposed, the Low Carb Edition. Fire. It's like, man, I started writing down as an aside all the stories I've come across in my life, and they are insane. What about when I almost got into a fist fight on an airplane with one of my athletes? And the cops, the marshals had to come on the plane and break us up. And oddly, they let us fly. Isn't this insane? Isn't it crazy? I didn't even think about that story till I was talking to my buddy in the park today. And I was like, holy crap, I forgot about that story. Amazing, awesome story this was. I probably have about 40 stories so far, 37 stories, to be honest with you, that have never been discussed before, which are awesome. As I'm remembering these stories, it's like, it's not even me. It didn't even happen to me. Like, this is out of a movie. It's freaking insane, some of these experiences. All that information really is going onto the Patreon channel. It'll probably eventually make its way onto the YouTube channel. Maybe, I'm not sure how, because we really want to give credit to the people on Patreon who are paying a couple dollars to be a part of that channel and get all the exercise and all the other great stuff we're putting on there. Some of it will, of course, make its way over there. The fitness fraud content will eventually make its way over there, but it's exclusive to the Patreon channel. We have exclusive, like only on Patreon. We have limited release. Oh, whatever. So check out Mike Dolce Knows on Patreon if you care about any of that stuff. Latour, Coach, been on the Dolce diet since episode 19. The McDonald's rant. Bam, I remember that. What about the Walmart zombies? What about Ted? Who's old school Mike Dolce Show podcast? And remember the Ted episode. So funny. I forget about a lot of this stuff. California, Dolce, I have an opportunity to use my 401k to pay off my mortgage and have zero debt. Do you think this is a good idea? Thank you. No, I do not. I do not, please listen to me. I mean, make your own decisions here. I am not a financial expert, so this is my own opinion, right? What would I do in your situation? Now, if you want to tell me exactly how much is in your 401k, and I'll actually jump down to your question, let's do that. I wish I had the call-in. We're working on the call-in opportunity so you guys can actually call into the show and we can speak live on air and everyone can hear. That will be an amazing new addition we're working on right now. Once this gym training floor is done, we're going to work on that side. So California, I will scroll down to the bottom. Tell me, how much exactly is your 401k? How much money do you make per year? What is your yearly salary? And how much do you have left on your mortgage? What equity is there in your house? Is it, worth 100,000 and you owe 75? Let me know that. What's your yearly income and how much is in your 401k? Also, how old are you? I would love to help you specifically on that topic. I really enjoy that stuff. I love that stuff. I am a finance guy, for those of you who don't know, my former life, municipal finance, real estate finance, valuation, taxation, and things like that. I am a numbers guy for sure. I love it. Mike Mumford, creatine loading phase. What's the prescription? Mike, back when Bill Phillips came out with creatine and his EAS brand in Muscle Media 2000 magazine in the 90s, I was working in the fitness industry. I mean, I don't want to say believe it or not, because of course you believe it. But at the same time, I was in the fitness industry when Bill Phillips came out and brought creatine monohydrate to the world. Bill Phillips created a 9-figure plus company on the back of creatine monohydrate and his EAS brand. Now, in that, Bill said you have to take 5 grams per day, 5 grams 5 times per day for at least 5 days. And then you go into your maintenance phase of 5 grams twice per day. Why is that? Because Bill's bottles were actually created. One bottle would be the loading phase, and then the next bottle would take you through the next few weeks. So it was, in my opinion, this was his way, genius marketing, of getting you to buy 2 to 3 extra bottles from what you actually needed. What we found in time through trial and error and experience, you don't need that. You can have equal, if not better, gains by simply taking 5 grams per day, no loading phase. You don't have to combine it with the high glycemic sugars, as Bill had said, because of course he had another product for that. Now, maybe to his credit, he didn't quite know because it was relatively new science, but Bill Phillips, I want to get him on the podcast actually, was an amazing marketer. He did such an amazing job building this brand. And to his credit, he really did revolutionize the fitness industry with creatine monohydrate. What was the other one? HMB, that really didn't go anywhere. And he had a few other ones. So to answer, no, we never load creatine with any of our athletes or any of our clients. We simply start at the 5 grams per day. We stroll through. Within the first week, you're going to notice some change. Also, if you take in too much, and here's the problem, you take in too much creatine, it's going to give you a sour gut. And that could cause some lifestyle issues, as they say. California, I'm looking for you, my man. I'm looking for you. I want to answer that question. Give me the facts, my man. On that 401k, do not cash out your 401k, but I want to explain to you exactly why. Let me tell you why, so then you can make your own decision. Nick L was busy watching Patreon, missed the live alert. Can't wait to talk Monday. Me too, Nick L. I'm pumped up. Nick L is a Patreon channel member. Also, he's at the highest tier where we do one-on-one consultations. Now, Nick has done one-on-one consultations with me before. You guys are certainly welcome to go to DolceDietShop.com if you want to do some one-on-one consultations. Nick is crushing it. One of my favorite calls is when I get back on the phone with Nick and just hear about all the amazing progress he's making. Ebros, would you also cut out the protein if you're cutting weight and stepping on a scale for weigh-in? No, we keep protein up. We don't dramatically drop protein. Now, we'll slowly scale it down, but we don't drop it completely at all. We want to sustain muscle mass, muscle tissue. Jason Hutshaw, my man. Thanks, coach, for all you do. 21 days to create a habit And that is exactly what 3 weeks to Shredded did for me. Over 30 pounds lost. Got my shirt today. How important is diet in lowering inflammation? Jason, well, first and foremost, brother, congratulations, 30 pounds down. If you lose 10 pounds, my friends, good job. If you lose 15 pounds, awesome. If you lose 20 pounds and keep it off, you are exceptional. Jason is now down 30 pounds and continuing to make progress, which makes me so happy. Of course, Jason did follow our 3 weeks to Shredded program, the online program at thedolcediet.com. For anyone new to the channel who's interested, go over there and check it out. Now, the question is, how important is diet in lowering inflammation? Diet, I can debate myself on this. Diet is the most important aspect in reducing inflammation. Now, when I say I can debate myself on this, what does that mean? Well, we can talk about high stress states as causing total body inflammation, because cortisol production and you know that negative biochemical loop as a result of high stress states and stress hormones. We can also talk about lack of sleep, poor lifestyle habits. All of these issues create inflammation, systemic inflammation. Nutrition has an immediate impact on inflammation, total body inflammation. And we know the majority of illness does manifest in the gut, in the microbiome, as they say. So that being said, we want to be careful in what we consume, knowing that the higher quality foods we consume in the right portions at the right times, enhancing digestive efficiency, has a dramatic impact on lowering total body inflammation. But I will have to say, it's a lifestyle approach. Now, this is one of the reasons we do discuss our Dolce diet. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. For exactly this reason, Jason and everyone listening, a lot of what we do here, I honestly believe we are so far ahead of the curve on what most other experts, even to give them their due in the field. They don't look at the totality of the human experience, and they really just put on their visors, to use my good friend Dr. Bo Hightower's analogy. Most individuals, most practitioners, they simply put on the visor of their niche. And very rarely do they take that visor off and look at an issue from another perspective. We have worked extremely hard to be as open-minded as possible, to use as many different vantage points on one single issue as possible, which is why I'm very good at hiring. I'm very, very discerning in who we allow on the team, and I do not want anyone on the team who's an echo chamber of myself, but I'm looking for people, for professionals, highly skilled, highly qualified, highly experienced individuals that have a difference of opinion, different backgrounds, different career paths, different goals, different lifestyles, which allows our team to take a much better approach in finding what actually will work best for the vast majority of people, the vast majority of time. So that being said, we really look at the holistic view. Karina, yes, so excited for the hoodies. Oh, me too. It's going to be awesome. I'm so pumped, so happy you guys are all down for these hoodies. I got to tell you, they're so comfortable. Like, I love it when it gets a little cold outside so I can finally start wearing the hoodies again. And even like in the summertime, as I said, you'll see me running around. Mike Mumford said, just send my hoodie with the $500 cash prize. Get after it, folks. That's right. Those who don't know, I am giving away $500 cash, Venmo, PayPal, like stacks of ones, whatever you want. I don't know. I say, like, if you're in the Jersey Shore area, man, I will, or gal, we'll buy you a cup of coffee. We'll hang out for a little bit. Otherwise, I'll send it your way. What is this? It's the 10-pound down challenge. You got to lose some weight. You got to make a change. You got to change your life between now and December 31st. There is no limit on entering. Enter right now. How do you enter? Send me an email to mailbag@thedolcediet.com with your before photo and simply say I'm in. That's all. All you got to do. Send me a DM on Instagram at the Dolce Diet with your before photo and say I'm in. Why do you have to do the before photo? So you're on the hook. That's it. I want you to be on the hook. I want you to cross the line. I want you to say I'm in. I want it to be real. This does nothing for me. Well, no, that's not true. This makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that you guys are out there, you're working, and you're on the hook. I want you to be on the hook. Like if you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that Dolce thing, I'll do that Dolce thing, but you never send me the note, you never send that before picture, you don't take the time to look in the mirror and take that photo and make it real, then it's not real. The average adult is 23 pounds overweight. I just want you to lose 10 pounds between now and December 31st. That's going to keep you focused. So check that out. Mike Mumford, he's in the running. He's in the running. Quite a few of you are actually. Ebros, looking forward to more Patreon content. It's fire. Ebros, thank you. I appreciate that. We're working hard on that Patreon channel. Mike Dolce Knows channel on Patreon. Check it out. It's awesome. We're putting a lot more. You can see the video today that just dropped is we're starting to really increase now the format, because we took some time. We did our due diligence. We really started to build out a production schedule for you guys on there. We got new exercises coming out tomorrow also. Justin Borgia, I put on a little weight recently through quarantine. It's all only in the belly, though none in the arms or legs. Will it be easy to lose? Well, it depends on how hard you're willing to work, Justin. I strongly suggest you go to thedolcediet.com right now and you start the 4-week or the 12-week plan right now, Justin. Do not wait. Start right now. You've already put the weight on your belly. If you can see the weight, that means it might stick. You have to mobilize that fat before it gets too comfortable. That is the truth. The longer it is on you, the longer it will stay, the harder it will be to get off. And anyone who's ever tried to lose weight knows that. It is easy to put on weight. It is hard to get it off, especially if you do not have a plan. If you are not committed to that plan, and if you don't have some loudmouth East Coast dude screaming at you every day, but I am here for you. I am in your corner. And all new members of our online platform at thedolcediet.com will receive an invite to join our exclusive and private Facebook community. I'm in there, our coach is in there, our team's in there, and our global audience is in there. This just started this month, actually. And we have hundreds of new members in there right now, all working towards common goal while supporting each other. So I strongly suggest you get in there, man. If not now, then when? Truly. Mr. Ross, coach, I've got 7.2 pounds to go and 9 days until deadline. Any tips or tricks? And should I do another week of 3 weeks to shredded? Yes. Stay on the 3 weeks to shredded all the way through until deadline. Get the herbals in there, right? The dandelion, the uva ursi, the vitamin C. That will help mobilize some of that additional water weight. Start the step method. You're 9 days out. We start that 10 days out. You're right there. That is at night before you go to bed. I want you to get in that tub before you go to sleep while drinking water. Excuse me, that's coffee, but still 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, I'm still drinking coffee here. I've been busting my ass in here. Long days, which I love it. And I'm here. I'm pumped up. I'm still ready to go. Anyway, I want you in that tub. This is what we do with our athletes, getting you ready, getting you used to the tub, mobilizing more of that sweat. Now, I'm going to give you guys a $5,000, boom, free pro tip right now. Get your ass in the bed at night for 30 minutes. In the tub, not in bed, before bed. Last thing you do at night, well, maybe second to last thing you do at night, wink, wink, is get your ass into the tub and just chill. A nice warm bath, warm enough that you sweat, but not so hot you want to get out, and stay in there for 30 minutes. Tomorrow night, go for 35. The next night, go for 40, then 45. Slowly scale that time up a little bit. Okay, so you're laying there, you're sweating, but you're drinking water the whole time. What are you doing now? You're purifying your body. You're detoxifying your body. Okay, stay for your 30, 40, 45 minutes or so. Don't go more than 45 minutes. Watch a little Netflix. Shut off all the lights in the room. Light some candles. Make it real romantic. Why is that? Because now we're managing the emotions, the psychology. Right? We are eliminating the stress state. It's quite the opposite, actually. Now we have very positive associations with the release of total body inflammation stored. Jason Cutshaw's question of total body inflammation. And now we're sweating while purifying. Okay? And then what do? Then we pull the plug. We let all the water pour out as we continue kind of sweating. Then we get up, we get into a hot shower. We wash our dirty bodies off because you've been in that stinky tub, right? Whatever it is. And then slowly, ladies, listen to me right now, slowly go from hot to as cold as you can go. And stay in the ice cold for 5 minutes or until you get the shivers. Why is this? Now, once again, we are reducing total body inflammation. You stayed in the tub. You've lost, in 45 minutes, you've probably lost anywhere between 3 and 8 pounds, depending on your body mass. That's the average, depending on body mass. Around 200-pound person is going to lose about 5 pounds in that 45 minutes or so. Easily 1 pound every 10 minutes is pretty much the average for the average healthy adult that we've seen fully hydrated. And then you're going to get into a cold shower and you're going to what? Freeze everything down. Just like when you ice your elbow, when you bang it to reduce inflammation. We get into that nighttime, not the morning cold shower. That's different. The Wim Hof thing, different, not bad, but different from the DOLCE thing, right? So you get in that nighttime cold shower. And what does that do? It shrink wraps your skin, reduces total body inflammation. A lot of our, not just our physique athletes, but the actresses, like that's a whole nother world. And I can't say the names of who we work with because NDAs and all this other stuff, but I can talk about some of the processes and principles that we use. We use exactly this to release the water, right? Some, they sit there with the little cucumbers on their face or whatever. That's cool. That's not my thing, right? That's their esthetician, beautician thing, whatever. Some do that. And they got this really expensive other stuff that they put on, right? But anyway, we're talking, I'm talking about abs and ass, baby. That's my thing. So we do the tub, bang, they sweat. It's awesome, purified, feel great. They get their normal shower, shave their legs, whatever they're going to do, and then turn it down on cold and finish freezing like chicken skin, right? Freezing cold to the point that you don't think you can stand in there any longer, to the point that you have the shivers. Don't kill yourself. And then what? Then put on your robe, dry off, get on your nice little clothes, and then ease your way into bed and go through your sleep process. When you wake up the next morning, Russ, and everyone listening, look in the mirror. Your skin will be so tight. You will look so refreshed. Beautiful. Why is that? Because we've used that opportunity to reduce total body inflammation through the sweating, the purging of the stored water. And then we've frozen down the body, essentially, lay terms here, to shrink wrap the skin and keep everything nice and tight, peeled, skin wrapped. That is free advice for you, my friends, my wonderful, amazing, beautiful friends out there. Give that a try. Let me know what happens. I have never, ever spoken to one person who was not like, holy shit, DOLCE, this was amazing. I can't believe. Awesome. That is a pro tip right there for you, my great friends. And another reason, bang, why you should at least give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you have subscribed to this channel and also click that little bell for notifications because, I mean, that's worth the cost of admission right there. Nick L, crushing coconut chicken and Brussels sprouts. Ooh, from the Living Lean and a little DOLCE truth. Bam, I love it. Mike Mumford, coach, your book would be a New York Times bestseller. We actually sold more copies. We would have been #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, but because we're an independent publisher, they wouldn't actually give us credit. Although the head book buyer of Barnes & Noble called me personally to find out who the H we were, because when we released our Living Lean book, we outsold The Help. Some of you remember the book, The Help, which was featured in Oprah's book club. We actually outsold that book to the point that the big book buyers were calling us. Then they realized we were an independent publishing house, and they said, yeah, you probably won't go anywhere. Well, they certainly missed the boat for sure. And we're so happy we have stayed an independent publisher because we own our destiny. That's a whole nother podcast that I'll do down the road. Brian Henley, coach, I need the hoodie in a size large. Bam. Oh, man, lots of questions. All right. A lot more questions. Brian Henley, in a size large, and we need the DOLCE Crazy Store book. Definitely, brother. Sun City, going to join your Patreon. Uncle Mike, so effing excited. Welcome to the Patreon family, Sun City. I love it. The Patreon channel is growing. I'm super proud, and any of you who is on the Patreon channel, you understand. If you guys like these YouTube videos here, which I freaking love, I do the same, but probably even harder on the Patreon channel, because the members of the Patreon channel, they're invested in a great way. You guys are awesome. So like, I love you guys equally. So, but the Patreon, man, they're paying a couple dollars to be there. It's like $3 up to $100, depending on the level of access, by the way. Whatever you want is there. Everybody gets treated, equally. But we're focused, right? super focused on that Patreon channel. Of course we are here because I'm here at 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, you know, hanging out with you guys, giving you all this free content. Cool. Ismael, hey, Mike, sedentary 9 to 5 office job here, but in the evening, jujitsu and weights. Do you suggest consuming more calories around your workout pre and post? I would keep it for you. You're sedentary. I would keep it very consistent. I would follow the Living Lean program. If you're familiar with our Living Lean program, Ismael, go to thedolcediet.com. Look at the 12-week Living Lean bundle, completely personalized. That would be my strongest possible suggestion for you. I know it will dramatically help you. It will dial in your body. It'll give you the energy. It'll teach you exactly how you should be feeding yourself to live your best life, my friend. Check it out. Aaron Brickman, having been back in your home state of New Jersey for over a year, do you miss any aspects of Vegas? I'm a world traveler. I've been around the world so many different times. I got to tell you, living as many different places as I have, there's something very special about where we are currently residing. Now, we still own properties in Las Vegas, and I do travel out there quite a bit, you know, East Coast, West Coast. I travel more than my family does. I do miss a lot. I miss my friends in Vegas. We just had such a great network, some amazing humans out there. I miss the food, the convenience of healthy food. I mean, I can get a grass-fed steak delivered to my home at 2 a.m. in Las Vegas. You can't get that now. I can get the most amazing pizza in the world delivered to my house, you know, between 8 and 9 o'clock at night here in Jersey. I can get the most amazing fresh baked bread that you can smell it from when you wake up if the window's open, right? In Jersey, right? I can actually walk out my house and I can actually, you know, go fishing. Like, so I love that stuff. I mean, I could just throw the kids in the boat, take them out in the boat, and like be, you know, back in time for breakfast here in Vegas or in Jersey. So I love it. And I'm, you know, we just bought an Airstream for those of you who are, you know, kind of down with the whole van life, camper life thing. We just bought an Airstream because we love to travel. We want to get out. So we're going to be all over this country. And that's going to be a whole nother thing we'll start talking about here soon, is what we plan on doing with the Airstream. We're going to start traveling the country. Hopefully we're going to find you guys where you are. We're going to find you. We're going to work out. We're going to train. We're going to eat. I want you to start. I'm so excited about what this is going to be. I'll tell you more about it down the road, but we got a beautiful Airstream. I'm looking right now, for those of you know, the new High Country Suburbans. Ooh, we already have a beautiful Suburban that's relatively new. It's only a couple years. It's only got 16,000 miles on it, our current Suburban, but then they just unleashed these High Countries. Oh, and I'm a Suburban guy, right? We got a couple nice cars, you know, in our driveway that we certainly use, but like, man, the High Country is awesome. So from like a tow vehicle perspective, I'm super deep in that whole world. I don't often talk about it here in this channel, but you know, I will start talking about it more. And then we'll get there. So I appreciate that question, Aaron, but I really enjoyed Vegas. It was great. I missed the property taxes in Vegas. I'll tell you that. Living in New Jersey is insane. Sonia, amazing info as always. Dolce knows. Thank you. All right, California. Here we go. The 401k question. I'm 51. My wife is 51. My 401k only has 70K. Our home is worth Zillow 800K. We have one rental home income. We owe $85,000 on the home we live in. The rental is paid off. California, we make 100K between the two of us. Awesome. Is it good to drink? Okay. Sorry and thank you, but at work trying to get questions in. No worries, no worries. Great question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love this. All right, so listen here. I don't have a pen and paper. I would write this stuff down so I can, you know, detail it a little bit more. But our good friend of the channel, California, he's 51 years old. His wife is 51 years old. Combined, they have a total household income of $100,000 a year. Kudos to you. That's a great job. They live in a home that's worth $800,000, and they only owe $85,000 on the house. So they have $750,000 $15,000 in equity on their primary residence. They also have a rental property, which is completely paid off. And I'm assuming it is cash flowing. I don't know if the rental property income is included also in the 100K. I will assume it is for the purpose of this. And he asks, should he cash out his $70,000 401k in order to pay off his home? The answer is no, definitely not. Why not? What is the question here? Why not? Because the $70,000, that is your retirement income. Right now, you are a minimum of 8.5 years away from retirement, where you can start pulling money from your 401k at 59 and a half, right? Ideally not until 62, but with you guys, maybe not until 65. Now we talk about what is known as the rule of 7. The rule of 7 says approximately every 7 years, your money will double. So between now and the time that you are 58 years old, that 70K, if you don't put in another penny, will actually double and be 140. By the time you're 65, that 140 will then be 280. If you pull the $70,000 out right now and put that onto your mortgage to wipe out this little tiny bit of payments that you owe, you're going to be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement income. What my strong suggestion to you will be is your wife and yourself for the next 2 years should put your noses down and find every which way you can start generating a couple more dollars per month. Look into your daily expenses. Where can you start? We always look at the income versus the outgo equation. Let's look at the outgo first. Where are you spending money that you shouldn't? What can we start doing to start peeling back? Can you save $100 extra per week? An extra $50, $200 per year? Maybe more. Maybe you can actually save $200 or $300. Maybe you can then find an extra $1,000 per month out of your outgo category because you're making $100K per year. Honestly, can your wife and yourself live on $60K instead of the $100K? In 2 years, you can knock off the $85K if you tighten up that belt just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not actually that much when we break it down like that. Live like no one else so you can live like no one else. To pull that from the Dave Ramsey world, and everyone should listen to the Dave Ramsey Show podcast. With that mentality, you are 2 to 3 years away from paying off your entire mortgage. By the time you are 54 years old, California, you can have a 100% paid off primary residence. You already have a paid off investment property. Ooh, and then the money that you're putting down onto your mortgage now, you've already exercised that saving muscle. Then you take that money and you start throwing it either into mutual funds, S&P 500, ETFs, index funds. Love those. Those are great. Or you can start looking for other investment properties similar to the first one you currently have. So then you're taking your digits, as I say, digital currency, which is cash put into a bank. It turns into digits, right? You look at your Chase Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, whatever. It's digits. You want to put that into dirt, real estate. Right? I'm a real estate guy, municipal tax assessor, CTA. In my earlier years, municipal finance, valuation, income and valuation was kind of my thing in my early mid-20s or so. Love it. Love real estate. Own quite a bit of real estate and will always aggressively pursue real estate. It's the amount of cash flow you can generate from real estate while also yielding the appreciation of the real estate, right? Which is growing at a minimum of 3% in the crappy market. Somewhere, here living on the shore, we're growing over 10%, 12% a year right now, like where we're currently living. So it depends on where you are. So California, number one, you and your wife have done an absolutely amazing, amazing job. Now consider this. I'm not telling you to do this, but consider this. You could, assuming you could sell that investment property, if you wanted a paid for house, you could sell that investment property, which is already debt free. You could pay off your home immediately, and then you're still sitting on a ton of equity from that investment property. With flexing the muscle of paying your mortgage right now, you take that investment money plus the money that you're making right now, living in a paid for house, You could let that sit, and then you could jump back into the market maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, and just buy a new investment property. So if you're like, hey man, I really, really, really want to pay off my mortgage on my primary residence, to which I agree, our home is paid for, zero debt on our home, no mortgage, nothing on our home. Same thing. It feels really good to not have a mortgage on your house. For those of you who do have a mortgage, picture life without a mortgage, and then think instead of paying the bank the mortgage, you are then investing that or putting that towards buying an investment property, appreciating assets. Ooh, baby. That's a whole nother world. So, California, I hope this helps. This is just what I would do if I were you, my friend. This is what I would do. I'm scrolling down. The rental is cash flowing. And thanks again, Mike, for sure. F you. Sure, we'll try right on. So it's cash flowing. If I'm you, I'm probably going to keep the rental. I'm probably going to keep the rental. I love the cash flow coming in. My wife and I, we are going to sit down. We are going to buckle down, much like we did years ago. We buckled down and we live like poor, worse, not even college kids, not even going to college kids. I drove a 1992 Buick Regal from 2006 until 2012, right? This is a whole nother story. 2012, what did we do? We bought our first home for cash, gated community on a cul-de-sac. And I had a Buick Regal sitting in the driveway, but I had a house I'd paid for cash. And a few months later, I went out and bought a Land Rover for myself, and I bought a Tahoe for my wife. Cash. Because we worked our asses off for years and years and years. True story. True story. We lived well below our means. We tightened that belt. All my friends were driving Range Rovers and Mercedes and Bugattis and just like living in that MMA world in Las Vegas, no less. All just flossing. I'm rolling in a 1992 Buick. No shame in my game. Proud. Because I knew we had a bigger goal. So I'm just sharing that story with you guys. Take it for what you will. But wherever you are right now, think of income versus outgo. Increase your income. I don't care if you got to deliver pizzas. You can make $1,500 a month delivering pizzas, driving for DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever it might be, right? Where can you drop your income also? Look at your cell phone bill. Look at how many different apps you're paying for on your phone. Do you really need all that stuff? How many cups of coffee are you actually buying? What about your fancy makeup maybe you're getting? Or your iWatch? Or how much you're going to blow on Christmas this year? For people, that doesn't even matter. You're going to buy garbage for your friends and family. Do they really need it? Or are you going to get them one thoughtful gift? There's a lot of ways. And we actually do this. I spent part of our one-on-one consultations and my one-on-one consultations. I work with a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of independent contractors, sole proprietors that are trying to make the way. We say you want to pull the boat as close to the dock as possible before you make that jump. And the first thing we do is we look at income versus outgo, and we find ways to maximize their financial stewardship. Their financial intelligence. We want to create financial independence. This is a whole nother show, a whole nother podcast. I get super, super passionate talking about it because I love to see people change their lives. I love to see people reach a level of financial independence they never thought they could have. And much of the time, it's managing your expectations. We all hear the things about our broke ass family and our broke ass friends are telling us what we should be doing. And that's only going to keep you broke, right? Now, California, you're doing amazing, my friend. You are awesome. You are almost there. You're so close to being there. You're 85K away, making 100K per year. You might get a little bump, a little raise this year. Income tax return comes in, which it shouldn't. If anyone's getting an income tax return, shame on you. Shame on you. You need to change your deduction because you're loaning that money to the government at 0% interest. We made 50% on our stock market portfolio this year during a pandemic through intelligent investing. 50%. Now, let's say you had $1,000 that you get $1,000 back, or you got $10,000 back. You missed out on $500 to $5,000, right? In just interest. Some of you are like, oh, I use the income tax return as my savings account. Shame on you. At the very least, in my world, you are going to putting that into like an S&P 500 index fund that will simply go and grow. What is the S&P up this year? Let me, I'll actually, while I'm talking to you guys, then I'll jump to the rest of your questions and get out of here. I know it's getting a little late now. I'm just going to pull this up as we're chit-chatting. S&P 500, VOO, Vanguard's S&P 500 is up almost 17% this year. Right. So if you get $10,000 back from your income tax return and you think, oh, that's my, my savings account. Well, you just missed out on an additional $1,700. You should actually have $11,700 in your pocket instead of just the $10,000 because you loaned it to the IRS at 0% interest. Anyway, I digress. I hope that's helpful. Feel free to answer any questions. Again, one-on-one consultations, dolce.shop.com. If anyone wants to talk about that stuff, you don't know what to do, I'm super happy to have the chat with you about it. Mondo, is it good to drink apple cider vinegar every day? I would not. I don't like that every single day. We do add it to our salads and such. Tickle stick, boom, thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that, Nick L. Hire me. We can have many conversations over some espresso and a whiteboard, bro. I know, man. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Sun City, Uncle Mike, what advice can you give to those that are going to drink alcohol and eat bad with Christmas coming up? Well, why? What advice can I give to someone who already decides to poison themselves? Make better decisions. Like, is someone holding your gun to your head, telling you that you have to eat terribly and drink terribly? What if I told you that, I'll give you $1,000? What if I told you I'll give you $500 on December 31st? If you don't poison yourself and you actually lose 10 pounds between now and then. That's why we did it. I cannot force anyone to do anything. I can certainly implore you to make better decisions. And I'll be making good decisions over here. And we have thousands and thousands and thousands of other amazing people who are making good decisions as we speak to hopefully motivate you to do the same. Mr. Russ, after hitting my goal weight of 230, thinking of dropping to 205 by mid-March. Is that doable, or should I give myself a little more time? Bro, keep going. Keep going. As long as you're eating healthful whole foods, following the same recommendations that we suggest, not dropping calories for the sake of dropping calories, you are feeding the muscle tissue, you are increasing your energy expenditure, you're focused on your rest, your recuperation, your stress management. Russ, you can do everything. You can do anything. How tall are you? Look at John Jones. John Jones, what, 6'6", fights at 205, walks around about 220 or so. You're not quite as tall, but you got a little bit more muscle on your frame. Russ, I think you at 205, bro, you will be nasty, my man. But take your time. Don't be in a hard rush. Consistency is everything. Mike Sullivan, opinion on Glycerol. I've read some positive pub med studies. Curious on your perspective. Much love and respect. Thumbs up for Dolce. I appreciate that. You know what, Mike Sullivan, I appreciate the question. As I stand here right now, I am not as versed on glycerol as I should be. We studied this years ago, 15 or so years ago, and I haven't paid much attention to it since. So, honest answer, I don't have the information I'm confident in sharing with you to really give you good or bad feedback. What I will do, and I promise, I just put a note into my browser, so I actually will research glycerol tomorrow. I'll find out more about it, so the next time you ask the question, I will actually have an opinion, an informed opinion, instead of just kind of pulling something out of my backside. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I love that. Calum, is the Dolce way coming back? Yes, it is, very soon. I had a great conversation with our distributor yesterday and super excited about it. Took a little time. COVID really did slow down the production chain. Some of you may or may not have noticed certain products you were used to aren't as available as they once were, because it really slowed down production a lot. There's a lot of the facilities and where most of the supplements are actually made is California. California is it's a pickle, as they say. Very challenging to have a full production of all the different products that are being run through these facilities, the high quality facilities. And we are not looking to cut corners or to try and push things where there could be mistakes or errors. We were hoping to have it out for pre-order by Black Friday, which did not happen simply because it was too challenging for our manufacturer to get it out. It will be out right now around Christmas week. So I will tell you more about that as we know more about it. But it will be the highest quality whey protein isolate you've ever seen. 5 ingredients. How about that? All natural, not quote all natural, truly. You'll be blown away when we show you the formula. Mr. Russ, when did you say swimsuit summer body season starts? Well, it starts now, right? Summer body starts right now. For those of you who, summer's coming, my friends. I always tell my wife, I said, once we hit Christmas, summer's on the way. And she's like, she's a winter person, right? I am a summer person. Like summer, for me, summer's on the way. I'm already thinking summer right now. So, usually in the fitness world, the day after Easter is the beginning of the summer rush, the summer season. That's when people are like, wait a minute, holy crap, like winter's over. When did that happen? Summer's coming. Usually like the day after Easter is when everybody realizes, oh my God, it's time to start getting in shape. You have to start getting ready for summer, in my opinion, by March. If you don't start March 1st trying to get your summer body, you're going to be too late. You won't look the way you think you're going to look. You need to give yourself more time, because you can lose the weight, which I love, but it takes time for your body to settle in at the new lighter weight. It takes time for that skin to really shrink wrap. You will lose the fat cells faster than the elasticity of your skin can be reclaimed. Think about that, which is why we do talk about stuffing the shirt. Rodrigo, boom, coach, 3 weeks to shredded purchase. Bam, I love it. Picture coming, super excited. FYI, I run 10K in under an hour. Awesome, 3.5 a week, but no weights at the moment due to lockdown, but I have a pull-up bar. Let's do it. Heck yeah, Rodrigo, keep it up, my friend. Omar, my man, what's up, coach? Getting some wild-caught tuna, potatoes, and a ton of veggies. Eating real food while listening to Dolce. Doesn't get any better than this, man. Omar, you make me proud, my brother. Love it, love it. You're always killing it, my man. John Spence, what's up, Spence? Mrs. Spence and I getting an extra workout in our off day. Hell yeah. Ready for 3 weeks to shred round 2. Ooh, I love it. Like John Wick, I think the 10-pound challenge has us thinking we're back. Nice. Coffee meetup for Vegas peeps also. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you guys were in Vegas. The Spence family, that is awesome. I'll let you know next time I come out. I do pop in a little bit unannounced just because I got business. And so it's a turn and burn, quick trip. But I'll put that out there next time. But if any of you guys live in the same area, like if you can always post that. That's what, John, I know you and Jen are a part of the exclusive Facebook group for the members of the online community. I should put that out there. I'll start a thread tomorrow. You never know, though. That's always the weird. You never know who's, I maybe I shouldn't do that. So I'll actually think about that. Like those meetups are awesome, but at the same time, I don't want to like do a meetup and it turns out you get like, Creepy Bill. Creepy Bill shows up with no pants on to a meetup, So whatever that's worth, I don't know. How do you handle that in this day and age of political correctness? Coach, how many nights in a row would you recommend this step method? Well, I mean, we typically will start about 10 days before weigh-ins just to acclimate the body to that reduction in weight, kind of make it very easy. But 2 or 3 nights before a photo shoot, let's say, before a scene, before you really want to look your best, works really well. I wouldn't do it, and I certainly don't do it every night, though. But 2 or 3 nights in a row for the average, and then maybe, kind of like a week and a half out for those getting ready for a weight class-oriented competition. Danny Soto, hey, Mike, was looking forward to squats and steak. And the Dolce weight, when is the new release date? We're looking right now, tentatively at January 1, right around Christmas weekend. We are tying those two together, squats and steak and the Dolce Weight Pro. I appreciate you, Danny. Mr. Russ, earned meal suggestion for my 34th birthday next weekend. Whoop. I mean, that's okay. Earned meal. I would do, man. I'm a lasagna guy on my birthday. Some of you know, like my wife will make me an entire pan of lasagna. She'll make 2 pans, one for me and one for everyone else in the house. So that's how I roll. That's what I would personally do. And I got to get out of here in a minute or two, my friends. It's almost 9 o'clock now. It's getting late here on the East Coast. Jason Cutshaw, Mike, congrats on the Airstream, man. I will hook you up with an amazing place to camp. Top Sail Hill State Park, brother, I'm in. We will be making it down your way, and when we do, I'm going to look you up, my friend. We're still, we're a few weeks away from actually getting it. It's a little bit of a custom build. I'm pumped up though. I'm pumped up. I can't wait. California, the rental is cash flowing. All right, answered that right on, my friend. I'm pumped up for you, Mr. T. Mr. T. Where'd it go? Says, need help, need to drop 10 pounds to make weight for tomorrow morning. Weigh in. Any suggestions, Mr. T? Well, this is a little late, my friend, right? So I got to tell you, 10-pound weight loss overnight, I do not suggest this. I do not suggest this specifically that I don't know your background. I don't know your health history. I don't know what you've been doing up until this point. You're not working with one of our registered dietitians. So I am not giving you personal advice. I'm just giving general advice. In general, what I would want to do is I would cut that 10-pound weight loss into three-pound reductions, right? I would say, hey, I'm going to hit a step method, DOLCE step method, and I'm going to try and pull off 3+ pounds in 30 minutes. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take at least an hour break. I'm going to take more than that depending on where you are. So I'm going to get, at least for me, I'm going to get at least 2 step sessions in tonight. I'm hoping to float at least a solid pound overnight, maybe get a little bit of a bowel movement, urination or something between now and when I wake up in the morning, and then hit that last step method in the morning. That's what I'm personally going to do, although I'm not giving you specific information on that. Remember, whatever you eat or whatever you consume, you will likely then have to also lose. So be careful with consumption. Omar, thanks for sharing your personal finance stories, Mike. Love your advice. A pleasure for sure, for sure. I love to talk about that. I love to share it. I love to share it to help people attain a state of financial freedom, of financial independence. So you are no longer bound by the restrictions of the modern world. And I say that because there is so much life to be lived once you are no longer a slave to that weekly paycheck. But most people are a slave to the paycheck because they have to purchase the things that their friends and family expect them to have and to own, which then creates a servitude to those simple things. That's why we always talk about income versus outgo and eliminating the outgo, living simply, living well below your means. I mean, how happy, now think about this. If a person makes $50,000 a year and it only costs them $30,000 to live, or a person makes $500,000 a year, but it costs them $501,000 to live, who's happier? The person who's got $20,000 in savings year after year after year, or the person who's constantly robbing Peter to pay Paul, playing the credit card shell game in order to keep themselves afloat and pretend their life is better than it actually is due to material things. I know these people. You know these people too, some of these people, right? Who's happier? Whose life is less stress? Who can just get up and go and do whatever they want anytime they want? Who actually long-term has much greater prospects in life? The person who year after year has an extra 20K and investing that in appreciating assets that then cash flow, and then year 2, and then year 5, then year 10, right? Reinvesting the dividends, if you will, or using the cash flow out of the appreciating assets to then purchase the little material trinkets that will enhance their life, which is the way it should be done. So, but I'm happy to share all this stuff. It just seems like everyone wants to know fat loss. Everyone wants to talk about fat loss, fat loss, fat loss. But that's cool. But not when you're miserable going to your 40-hour-a-week job because you hate your boss, and you just can't wait until Friday so you can go out and get wasted on the weekend to dull the pain of your horrible week. And then on Sunday night, you dread waking up the next day to go back to your terrible job. Like, that's not the world it should be. Jim, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Based on your goal, Coach Mike has some information that he refers to as his soft cuts on the web, YouTube. Feel that will be worthwhile. Jim, thank you, my friend. You understand, brother. I appreciate you. And absolutely, Mr. T, certainly listen to Mr. Jim's notes right there and go down the rabbit hole of this YouTube channel a little bit. Be careful, though, my man. It's 10 pounds is a lot. 10 pounds is a lot. Maybe you weigh 400 pounds and 10 pounds is a small percentage of your body weight. But what if you only weigh 100 pounds and it's 10% of your body weight? You got to be careful. Weight cutting is serious business. Mando, you're amazing, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Nobody fresher, push day done. Day 9 of living lean. Boom. Nobody fresher is following the living lean program at thedolcediet.com. Everyone should go and check that out if you want to get an amazing shape, personalized diet and exercise program. All sorts of cool stuff is at thedolcediet.com. If you're into making gains, you want to check that out. Oh, Sun City, you're right, Uncle Mike. Sun City, I was hoping that would get you, my friend. Sun City asked the question about what do you tell the person who's going to drink alcohol and going to eat bad food over the holiday season? What can you tell someone who's already decided to poison himself? You can say, you're worth more than that. Your life is better than that. You don't have to hurt yourself. You do not have to hide behind all the trappings of modern existence. You don't have to just follow along the trail with all the other sheep marching slowly towards their death, their doom and gloom. You don't need to live that life. You can live a better life. You can make a choice to be better, to do the opposite. It's like the Seinfeld episode when George started opposite day, I think, when George started making the opposite decisions to his normal inclination. And all of a sudden, he's like the GM of the New York Yankees. He's dating this super hot girl and like making money and just everything is great about his life because he was doing the opposite thing of what he thought he should actually do. This is what most people need to do. Although in our heart, we know the right decision. We know what we should be doing, but then we default to what we think everyone wants us to do. And then we go along with that. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Sun City. Russell, what's your take on doing list in the morning, hurt in the afternoon, and again at night? I'm in. No, I mean, I do that sometimes too, but you got to have your calories up. You got to have your sleep up. You got to have your stress under control. Mr. T, F you, Gabriel. Gonzalez, guys and gals, I got to jump out of here. I'm going to try and go fast now. I'm a boxer. What weight do I need to be if I'm going to fight at 147? I'd say probably no higher than 155. Mike D, hey, coach, 51. I'm at the gym 5 days a week doing good there. Why is it so difficult to lose weight as we get older? Because we spent more time adding body fat, right? More time slowly getting that creep. The average adult gains 5 pounds per year of body fat, right? Over 10 years, you can easily put on 50 pounds. Also, we get more sedentary. We slow down. We're not as active. We're not moving around. We're not up and going out with the friends and doing all these other things. Life slows down, but you shouldn't. Get on your meal plan. Get on your exercise plan. Get your ass to bed early. Be grateful for all the amazing opportunities you have in your day. That certainly matters. Unconditionally love your family. Wave at your neighbors. Exude that positive energy. Reclaim your youth, that youthful vigor. That certainly matters. It certainly matters. Now, there's a hormonal component. Sure. There's some physiological reactions that are happening. Sure, we're aware of that. Go to your doctor. Get a comprehensive blood panel done. Get a wellness test done. Like, look for any sort of nutritional vitamin, mineral deficiencies. Look and make sure your hormones are properly balanced. But ultimately, get your ass on that meal plan. Get your ass in the gym. Low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity in the morning, high intensity resistance training 20 to 40 minutes later on in the day. Get 9 hours of sleep a night. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Check out thedolcediet.com for comprehensive personalized diet and exercise programming. It's there for you. Like if you need a plan, check that out. It's pretty awesome. Omar, coach, what about other asset classes, bonds, gold, silver, crypto, etc.? Do you look into those as well? I'm not a fan of bonds, little tiny bit gold, silver, and crypto. I do believe maybe 5 to 10% maximum of your portfolio should dabble in some non-conventional investments. That could be gold, that could be silver, that could be cryptocurrencies. For sure. But the vast majority, I believe, should be in more traditionally held stocks, mutual funds, and real estate. We're always looking for those appreciating assets. And we look at what happened with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin shot up and then crashed. Now it's kind of back up and it might make a push. For sure, it might make a push. It might not. The S&P 500 for sure will. The S&P 500 has never been down for 5 years in a row, right? I think it's over 90% of the time it's been up after a 3-year period. Why would we not do that? The S&P 500 yields approximately a 12% return year after year since inception. Why would we not be dripping a high percentage, in my mind, of our discretionary income into an S&P 500 index fund? very no load. I love VOO. I love VOOG. I love those type of funds. We can look at the NASDAQ. We can look at a QQQ. We can look at some of these other diversified funds that have a long-standing track record of success that simply mimics the market. Right. So maybe we play with 5%, 5 to 10% in gold, silver, a little bit of crypto. Sure, that's fine. Have some fun with your Bitcoin, and maybe another 5 to 10% of your discretionary income in speculative investments, single stocks, a Tesla, a NEO. Maybe we're dripping some in Apple. But guess what? If I'm investing in a VOO, I'm already buying Apple. I'm already buying Tesla, I think, as of December 21st. I'm already buying Home Depot, Walmart, Intel, Microsoft. I'm already buying that if I'm buying an S&P. So you really want to think about what you're trying to do with your money. You want to think of diversification for sure. But if you're thinking long-term, you're thinking dollar cost averaging and investments, you should always be thinking 5 years down the road. Savings is kind of 0 to 3 years, right? That's kind of, stuffing your money under your mattress. But that's not what an investment is. Investment is longer term, longer horizon. So we're thinking more 5, 15, 30 years down the road. And if you do any market research, you can go back and look. I mean, Bitcoin, we don't have 30-year track record on Bitcoin right now. Like I have a little tiny bit of Bitcoin. We did a few book sales for Bitcoin only back when Bitcoin was popping. We got a little bit of Bitcoin, but that's not how I'm going to send my kids to college for sure. Maybe it will, but that's not what I'm hedging against. So a tiny little percentage, and that's more fun. That's like gambling money in a way, because we don't know. That's speculating. That's not investing. In my opinion, of course. Big North says, Mike, if it wasn't for you, I'd still be thinking that eating unbreaded chicken wings is good for me. LOL, I listen to you while I hike, hit weights, and eat quality. Much improved. Thank you. Brother, I'm proud, man. That makes me so happy to hear. We're trying. We're trying our best to bring you honest, actionable, evidence-based information. And it's an uphill sprint for us because we really are battling against the keyword flippers and the pop culture fads and a lot of the juiced up fitness influencers who just want to monetize you, right? They want to sweep you into their click funnels. They want to get your money as quick as they can before they flip to another keyword and get a brand new audience, right? We're simply trying to educate you on best practices. And I think we're doing a damn good job over here. Right. So I appreciate you. The fact that you said that, the fact that you're here, it certainly means a lot. We're working our tails off for you guys. That's what we do here. That's what I mean. Here I am. It's 10 after 9 at night. And how many times did I say, all right, I got a couple more minutes. I got to get out of here. But I see there's more questions. And I'm trying to answer every single question. It's always what I try and do here. So again, bang, bang. Give this video a thumbs up, guys, if you appreciate it. I appreciate you for sure. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I think the channel's worth it. And definitely click on that little notification bell so you know when we go live. I mean, come on. The questions that I'm answering here, I think I think it's pretty high level stuff, right? And I know it's all true, and I know it all works from my perspective. And I've had the honor of kind of working at a pretty high level. You can just kind of, I got a whole facility filled with amazing photos such as that for whatever that's worth. Manda, what time should my last meal be? I'm on 3 weeks to shredded. Well, it depends. I typically eat right before I go to bed. That works best for me, which is why if you're following 3 weeks of shredded, most of you see, you get an apple, you get almond butter, you get a 1-inch square of dark chocolate, many of you before bed even. Sometimes I'll have like a veggie omelet before bed. Sometimes I won't eat anything at all. Really all depends. I'm not mad at eating before you go to sleep. I'm not mad at that at all if your total calories are in check. MJ, F you, Uncle Dolce, F you. Scotty, if you're listening, Scotty, effing unbelievable content, Dolce. That's what the FU stands for. California, I listened to episode 223, you and your cousin Sean today, all day at work today. Awesome. I'm trying to get cousin Sean back on soon. How proud are we of cousin Sean, by the way? Cousin Sean is like a protege of my own. Love the kid, great kid, young man now compared to me for sure, but he's a man in his own right. Cousin Sean paid off his college debt 2 years ago now, 3 years ago. I think he had 80 grand in college debt. He lived like a poor college kid and busted his ass, didn't buy a car, didn't buy anything new. He got out of school. Took him a little bit of time to get a job in the new economy, got a good job, and started hammering his debt. Double payments, triple payments, quadruple payments. Any additional cash he made went to his college debt because he didn't want to drag that around with him. I'd like to think I had an influence on him for that. So by the time he was, I think, 26, he had paid off over 80 grand, close to 90 grand in college debt. And then what did he do? He started taking the same money he was paying towards his college debt, and he started stuffing it into his 401k and to his discretionary savings account. Now he's in a position where he's getting ready to buy his first piece of real estate, which likely will be an investment property, probably a duplex or a threeplex, which means he's going to live in one, rent out the other, use the cash flow from the rental to basically pay the mortgage, because it will be a little bit of a mortgage. He's going to get a 15-year fixed, most likely. He said he wants to do it all for cash, and I'm all for that too. But in a short period of time, he's going to have his own rental property, and then he's going to keep on working that to get his own primary residence while growing more rental properties, while investing in his Roth 401ks and discretionary income. By the time he's 35, he's likely going to be a millionaire. This is what we teach here. Any of you who've gone through our Dolce Diet coaches certification and fitness conference, this is what we teach our prospective coaches. This is how you create financial independence. Like this is the facts. This is the way it can be done. Don't listen to all these other idiots out there that are talking about their 800 credit scores. Whole nother conversation. I have a 0 credit score. 0 credit score. I don't even show up on a credit score. Why is that? Because I don't have any debt. No leases, no loans, no car notes, no credit cards, no mortgages, no layaway, no nothing. If I can't pay cash for it, I can't afford it. That's been my mantra since I was 20 years old. And it works. Sounds crazy to you listening right now, for sure. Those of you who stayed this far, sounds crazy to you, but I guarantee you it's a better way of living. I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact because most of my buddies with perfect 800 credit scores are stressed out. Credit score is a representation of your relationship with debt. The higher your credit score, the more debt you've carried. The lower your credit score, well, if you have a 0, if like you have a 5 or a 600, well, then you have a really bad relationship with debt. My relationship with debt is non-existent. That's what I strongly suggest to almost all of you. But my airplane miles, I fly first class. I don't even think about airplane miles. For whatever that's worth, my friends, it's a different way of doing it. It's a different way of doing it. And it might be semi out of context at the end of the show. I'm getting a little punchy right now. But these are the things we teach to our private clients, to our my mentees, as you call them. I don't like to say that term, but I have a few mentorship clients that I do work with on a monthly basis. Our one-on-one consultations that we work with, quite a few of those. I'm doing 4 to 6 of those a day, every single day, which is awesome. And then our DDCs, our certified coaches. I run through very specific modules of the entire weekend, the 3-day weekend. I hammer this into our coaches so they can dramatically change their life. They can take control of their life. And man, it's a different way of doing it. I know. And if you're not doing it right now, I understand completely. But hear what I'm saying and think about it. Think about it. Imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you didn't have any debt. There were no bills to pay, and the money you're paying on your bills right now were just going into an investment account, going into your Roth 401k. The same thing you're paying, $1,200, $2,500, $3,600 a month, whatever it is, was just going into an appreciating asset instead of going to Capital One or Wells Fargo or TD Bank or JP Morgan or Ford Motor or wherever else it might be. Why are you paying for their houses? Why aren't you buying more property for yourself? California, okay, answered that. Right on. Russell Garcia, if it gets to dinner time and I'm not hungry, should I force myself to eat? Don't force yourself to eat. Take a few bites and then move on. Take a few bites. If you're new to kind of eating more often, take a few bites and then move on. Don't stuff yourself. Eat till satisfied, not till full. Take a few bites and move on. A few hours later, be like, ooh, I'm hungry again. Take a few bites and move on. The next day, you're going to be more hungry and more hungry. Usually it only takes 3 to 10 days for you to be like, damn, I'm hungry right now. Chris Lerner, I got a couple more and I'm out of here. How many times a week is optimum for push-pull lower body workouts for a 55-year-old ex-athlete want to lose that last bit of fat and gain muscle? Chris, go to your doctor, get a wellness test done. Look at your testosterone, your estradiol levels. Look at your thyroid function. You look at your H1C or A1C, excuse me. Look at your pregnenolone. Look at your DHEA. Look at your B vitamins. Look at all your vitamins and minerals. Get that test done for sure. Look for any sort of deficiencies. Your doctor like, oh, you don't need that. Yes, doc, I do. I want to get it all done. I will pay an extra $500 if I have to. I mean, charge my insurance as much as possible. I want to get everything done. I want to see everything. Get your vitamin D checked. I want to see everything. Of course, your PSA and all your general health things have to get done. Your mandated health. If you get the finger in the tushy, well, then you got to get that too. Just don't skip out on that one. Get it all done. Look for any deficiencies. Look for any imbalances. That's going to help. Push-pull. I love push-pull legs. I've been running that for a while now, and I'll run that until I get tired of it. Meaning I'll go push-pull legs off, push-pull legs off, push-pull off, legs off, push-pull legs off. Like I'll throw in a day off when I need it, but that day off isn't me sitting on the couch. That day off is usually me going and getting on the elliptical, getting on my bike and riding around town, going and taking my kids on a hike for a few hours. It's not a sedentary day off. I'm still active. I'm just not pushing that high level, right? I'm an older guy too. I'm not, you're 55. So you got a decade plus on me, just about. So I'm 44 as I stand here right now. And man, I'm not slowing down. I'm picking up speed. What I found is activity is everything. It doesn't have to be as intense anymore, but it has to be often. Jim, my man, got to run, sir, to pick up the son, but really think it is awesome how you continue to provide real-world wisdom in so many areas to everyone and from your experience. Jim, brother, I really do appreciate that, my man. It's certainly a pleasure getting to know you, my friend, and tell Lewis I said hello. Really proud of him and all the work that he's putting in, and that's what we do, man. I just tell the truth, right? I tell the truth. Yeah, people like it, they don't like it, but hey, at least it's the truth. That's the one thing that they can never say is they got to say, well, Dolce tells the truth. Agree or not, that's fine. I don't care, but at least it's the truth. Wow, it's 9:17 already. I got to get out of here. Mrs. Brandy is not going to be happy. Not well. She's always happy, which is cool. Ifran, what's the best exercise to lose chest fat? The exercise of self-discipline, my friend. I would strongly suggest you get on a qualified meal plan, eating a high net nutrient intake, the lowest possible total calories. What does that mean? You want to focus on nutrition, not just dropping calories, not just losing fat. Go back and watch the first 5 minutes of this video, definitely. Anyone who just got here, watch the first 5 minutes of this video so you understand the whole topic of the mistake that you're making. But also, Ifrin, go to thedolcediet.com and check out our 3 weeks to shredded and living lean programs. These are personalized diet and exercise programs detailed for you specifically. It is awesome. Available on your mobile phone, your laptop, your tablet, everywhere you go. Check out thedolcediet.com. If you want to lose that lower chest fat, which we call gender-specific stubborn fat, you definitely want to optimize your nutrition plan. Simply cutting calories won't do it. And in fact, simply cutting calories might teach your body to store more fat. Break down muscle tissue, your pec muscles actually get smaller, and proportionately, that lower pec fat, which is challenging for some guys to lose, looks worse. So I would strongly suggest you check out our 3 weeks to shredded program. You can look at that photo right there. That gentleman was following 3 weeks to shredded exactly in that photo. This young lady right there, exact same thing. So it works really well. Mr. T. John Trigg, my man. What's up, Coach? Catching the tail end of the stream. I definitely checked the video out from the beginning. My man, John Trigg. Good to see you, brother. We got to catch up, man. For real. You got time tomorrow. I know I keep saying that. It's like my days just get insane crazy. I'm probably going to call you during the daytime, actually. And you're going to block my call because you're going to be busy working, and that's fine. But at least I'll get one on the board. The refill. Should people with hypothyroidism eat a certain way to your knowledge? Does your plan aid with that? Our plan may aid with that, but I must suggest you speak with your doctor. Do not start any diet or exercise program without the direct supervision and approval of your doctor. Everyone's health condition can manifest in a different way. Now, we have a team of registered dietitians on staff. If you wanted to work one-on-one with one of our registered dietitians, I would love that. If you wanted to have a one-on-one consult with one of our registered dietitians, I would love and strongly suggest that. You can go to dolcedietshop.com and check it out and see if that's right for you, because likely simple hypothyroidism is one of a cascade of conditions. There's usually a few things going on that need to be identified and managed in order for you to optimize your health and manage your lifestyle program. We work with people who are hyper and hypo. We work with any sort of human. We work with all humans. That's the beautiful thing about our team. We work with everyone. I would love to assist you, but I don't want to give you wrong information, not knowing your background, like most of the others in this industry will. We don't do that here. We want to learn more about you and really help you move forward. Ray, what up, Dolce from San Diego? San Diego. What's up, Ray? Good to see you. Jen Spence, isn't Mrs. Dolce calling? Time to go home, Mike. We'll be here tomorrow. Jen, I appreciate you. Thank you. You're right. By the way, Mrs. Dolce is. So 2 more questions, and then I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys, Spence family. Big North. Coach Mike, do you incorporate bison at all into your diet? Low-fat red meat, or would it stick? What should you stick with high-quality organic grass-fed grass? We absolutely do. Now, I love certified Piedmontese, right? Piedmontese.com, promo code Dolce, save 25%, free shipping delivered to your door, and I don't get any of that. So I don't give you the promo code because I'm making a percentage. I don't get any percentage. Promo code Dolce, save 25%. That's all your money. I get not one single penny of that. It's awesome. Jen Spence, Brandy just texted me. She's probably watching right now. And all the text said was, bring wine. So for all you ladies out there and all you guys out there who know, that's what Miss Brandy's asking for right now. Bring wine. That means the kids are in bed. She's sitting on the couch. She's watching one of her shows, and she's probably getting down to that last glass, and she wants a little bit more, and that's okay. Or she's like, now I got to deal with this dude who's about to come home. I need more wine. That's funny. So the refill, I ordered the plan, app started, bang, refill. Keep me posted. You're going to get the email that invites you to our exclusive Facebook group. Also, make sure you go to that, get into the Facebook group. It might take you a day or so for the moderators. Brandy's funny. Let me just send her a quick message here. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's funny. So funny stuff. So those of you who do or do not know, if you're new to the channel, my wife and I, we have been together for 20 years straight, right? Crazy. And we still have fun as if it is day one. Very important also, I think, part of the whole thing that we do, that whole holistic lifestyle-based approach. It certainly does matter, right? It does matter. So good times, fun stuff. I ordered the plan, app started. So refill just started the DolceDiet.com program. I cannot wait. As I said, get in that Facebook group. You'll be in by tomorrow. The moderators likely aren't monitoring it right now, but they'll be back on in the morning. I'm excited to help you get through it. Ron Burgundy came in to give the thumbs up. Of course, we'll watch in the morning. Awesome. Bang, bang, bang. Thumbs up, guys and gals. If you appreciate the content, I greatly appreciate you guys being here. This was a fun Q&A. I like the ability to stand and talk. Sitting down is always cool, but this is much better. I'm much better like this on my feet. My brain is more free flowing. Kind of standing desk that I have. I got to show you. I'm going to start showing you guys more about this. I can move the camera and whatnot. This is actually the standing desk is my plyo boxes. We have these customized Dolce nose soft plyo boxes, but they're stacked up in a way. I got my desk here, got my keyboard all here in front of me, the monitor set up. I got all my stuff here, my coffee, of course. So I can stand here, I can hang out, I can do my thing, I can chit chat with you guys. The one thing is, and I think this microphone is okay. We're testing it out right now. Gain is right here. I think I got. We're testing it out just a little bit more. So we have one of these, the blue balls, blue snowballs, maybe. Some of you guys know you can actually see it. Not inexpensive, but not overly expensive. If we need to upgrade, we certainly will. I need something that's more like, and this is where John Trigg is going to help me for sure. Tech genius John Trigg. Something that's more like a wireless lav mic that's on my shirt, so I can move farther away. I'd love to be able to like back up and like show some exercises, which is what we're getting to with the training floor behind me, but then you can't hear anything. So if I get some sort of wireless lav mic, or I can figure out a way to like AirPod my phone or my AirPods to the laptop, we'll get that figured out. Blue balls. Sometimes, but not tonight, Mike Mumford. Rodrigo, thanks to you. Thank you, sir. I don't think I've ever eaten that many calories in my life. I've been in calorie reduction for my entire life. Thanks again. Rodrigo, it's so funny, brother, that what you just said completely validates the entire purpose of this whole video. Is the number one fat loss mistake you're likely making, which is reducing too many calories too fast in your fat loss program. And what happens? You wind up under eating, so you don't feed the muscle tissue. You don't have enough usable energy to go out there and push yourself. So what does the body do? Breaks down preferentially will break down healthy, functional, lean muscle tissue, and preferentially will store body fat. Right? That's what happens to everyone, but not you guys, not anymore. So go back, watch the first 5 or so minutes of this video. Guys and gals, I'm going to get out of here now. It's 9:30 at night. Been on here for an hour and a half, 90 minutes straight with this live stream. I really enjoyed the nighttime live stream with you guys, by the way. We're probably going to do these at least once a week. I think it's cool. Nick L, stream so long, almost time for the second meal. Exactly, right? Every 2 to 4 hours, it's time to go home and eat, by the way, for me. Guys and gals, I appreciate you all for being here. Mike Dolce knows on Patreon. Anyone who's into that, feel free to jump in. The $500 10-pound down contest is all for you. Someone's going to get $500 of my money. No purchase necessary. I just want you to stay focused during this holiday season. Let's lose 10 pounds. Send me a photo on Instagram, like a DM on Instagram, just a quick traditional, like a before photo, and say I'm in. You can also email it to mailbag@thedolcediet.com. That just puts you on the hook. This is a fun contest. It's not an official crazy follow the rules contest. It's just a bunch of super cool people just trying to support each other, cheer for each other, motivate each other, right? Just be cool, be honest, work your ass off. What if you only lose 8 pounds? What if you lose 12 pounds? I don't care. Brandy and I, we're going to judge it. We're going to look at all the photos. We're going to read a little bit about your story. We're going to scroll your Instagrams and your Facebook pages and whatnot. We're going to make sure you weren't Joe Bodybuilder 3 weeks ago. You went on like a bend or a get fat diet weekend to like look all sodium bloated and then tried to steal our money, because shame on you. I know you guys won't do that, but there's some people like that that are out there that tried to do it last time in our $1,000 to shredded contest, and we caught them pretty quick. Weird people that would do that stuff anyway. But anyway, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm talking too much now. Until next time, boom.